Because we have each other, our tolerance for everyone else is so much lower.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, we don't vibe with you, bye.
Because we have boundaries.
Exactly.
We have boundaries, and I feel like a lot of people don't respect those boundaries. And I respect a lot of her boundaries, and that's why I keep her around a lot. And
thanks!
No,
I'm so flattered. Introduce you?
Yeah.
Okay. This is my sister Zeyanah. What else do you want me to say?
Oh, bro, she's an icon. She's amazing.
Okay.
She's beautiful.
Bismillah.
Hype me up.
This is my sister, my beautiful sister Zeyanah.
Right.
She's amazing at modeling. She takes my photos sometimes, keeps me up at night, and just an overall bubble of joy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This is Junaynah. She's honestly my inspiration for a lot of things that I do nowadays, especially because she's my older sister, 5 years apart. So yeah, so I look up to her a lot. And she doesn't know it, but I do.
I know now, I guess.
Now you know.
Thanks.
Okay.
Vibes. I feel like we grew up creative our entire life. Like even when she said we used to make VHS videos when we were younger. And when I was in school, I did like theater, drama, blah, blah. And then when I went to uni, I studied law. And for the first year, I just remember there was so much academics and not enough creative that I lost my mind. So I had a friend who had a camera, and I was like, you know what, I kind of like being in front of the camera. We took some photos, and we just haven't stopped since. It came out of like necessity of like stress.
Yeah, no, same. It came out of stress, but like through COVID, because I was at home and stuck with like all these ideas and everything, and I was like, I need a way to let it out. And the only way we could get out technically was through like social media. So I started posting like my outfit pictures. It just started out as outfit pictures, and it slowly like blew up a little bit. And then I went from like outfit to more editorial. I was like, nah, I think I'm back into candid, and like I just like switch around. But yeah, it was just out of stress and needing to like express myself. I think style is expressing yourself. It's a big form of expressing yourself. When you walk out and you see how someone dresses, you kind of already have an idea of what their vibe is like, what kind of conversations you would have with them subconsciously. You just, yeah.
I feel like for, again, like I'm going to bring it back to us being creatives. Like for us, self-expression is fundamental. It's like I cannot live if I'm not expressing myself. It's like any way that I can, whether it's through my style or through like a photo or through whatever, they all matter to me. But style, obviously, because I'm not going to be shooting every single day. So my outfit, like, this is me today, expressing myself. I love that, like, whenever we've done stuff together, people have wanted us because we're, like, of who we are and that we're sisters. It wasn't like, oh, yes, model 1, model 2. It was like, oh, the Guthmy sisters. And I'm like, hell yes, 100%. I love that.
The industry has turned from like modest being its own category of fashion or models or anything like that to being a part of like the fashion industry. Not just fashion, but like in general, like being seen recently. So the fact that like the label modest it girls is like, it's already kind of powering through two categories.
Yep.
But like being an it girl in itself is already something that's an achievement. Being a modest it girl is something like even higher than that.
100%. I feel like, especially because at least how we've perceived modesty or how we've seen it in the industry, it's very like demure and quiet and like very soft. When you hear the word it girl, you automatically think like someone a lot louder, someone a lot bolder, edgier. And for us to be called modest it girls is like, thank you for noticing that you can be loud and edgy and still be very modest. Like we're not rebellious. We're not going against the grain. We're just ourselves, but we're also very modest. And this is another way to be modest.
Yeah.
You would think that considering how so many women in this region are modest, that modesty should be like profound here and we should have had it for a long time. It's actually funny because it's not. And I feel like for such a long time, we've been looking at like, let's say European standards and stuff that isn't homegrown.
But it's turned into, like you said, like something that can have so many different faces and so many different looks. And only recently, which is crazy, like I said, like over here, it's crazy how it's only recently been evolved.
Because I think our generation is like louder. There's a greater interest in being loud and bold. And when you tell people like, well, modesty is just one thing, obviously they're not going to be appealed to it because we as generation are so many different things. Like we're such a huge variety.
I like boys, I like pecs, like them arms when they flex, like that.
It's evolution.
Our evolution, exactly.
Like we've seen each other change so much, and only I've realized her. I feel like I'm one of the only people who like realize her change like so deeply.
Yeah.
Like both like personality, style, everything. And I can tell how it like changed from the inside out.
Exactly.
And I feel like you do the same for me.
100%.
So I really appreciate that. By the way.
Yeah, thank you. We evolve a lot because we're so open to like being influenced by everything around us, right? So when you have that space, like I know that no matter what I evolve into, even if it's a daily evolution, right, that she just will take it, understand it, and then reflects it back. And it's the same for us. Like there's this fluidity between us in everything that we do that I think is very special.
Because like we're all bound to change.
Yeah.
So it's about other people, like knowing that other people could potentially like leave, but I know like even after adapting and everything like that,
yeah,
like you're always gonna understand where I'm coming from.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's good.
I wish more models had understood that they have a voice. And, you know, when you're on set, regardless of what position you play on set, like, you have the right to kind of tell someone, like, hey, I'm not comfortable with this, I want to do this instead. And not even just that, but you can always input your direction. Because, you know, if I've been lucky enough to play kind of every role. I've been model, been photographer, been stylist, been all of it. So I know that no one actually knows what they're doing all the time. So like everyone. Generation is like more open to like understanding the fluidity of thought. So it's like, yeah, I appreciate that it's more of a healthier space now.
I honestly wish the industry was more, like, how do you say, like understanding of people's differences.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't get into the industry because they don't think that they're gonna get far in it. Everyone deserves a chance and like a voice to be able to express themselves. Yeah. We would wrestle a lot when we were younger, and what's crazy, like I would win, and she
sure.
She'd get so mad. She'd be like, "Why, you're smaller than me? How are you winning at these?"
I would win.
I mean, that's the only thing we don't argue at. Like that's it. Like wrestling, when we were younger, that's how we would solve most of our problems.
So wrestle it out.
But like as we got older, obviously wrestling couldn't be the only solution. So I don't know how like.
I need my face.
Yeah, you need your face. I need my face too. So yeah, how do we solve things now?
I think there's just like 3 a.m. conversations.
Yeah, midnight conversations.
Yeah. That's like creative hour.
Yeah.
So we could have like our mad creative combos like 2 a.m. like, oh, I think we should shoot here. And she's like, yeah, for sure. By the way, I didn't like how you said this morning. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
It will go from like, oh my God, we should like totally design this to, you didn't talk to me properly yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't really like how you talk to me.
Yeah.
But like this clothing brand is like amazing.
Amazing. Like we should launch this, yeah, for sure. But like could you say it a bit nicer? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. That's our 3 a.m. conversations. I know for a fact that you're so special, and like you just have this like perception of life that's incredible. Even when we create stuff, right? Like you have this way of seeing things that's immaculate, and I wish that you saw it as clear as I can see it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was actually sad. I was about to cry. I was like, it's a contact.
She's like, please don't for the camera.
No, I would say for you, it's your calmness. I don't think you think that you're calm.
100% not.
Yeah, you probably don't think that. And that's what pushes you to create a lot of things. But it's because of the calmness that you're able to carry it out. So you're actually really calm.
Oh, thanks.
You're just surrounded by people who are extra mad.
Thanks.
I hate conflict. So a lot of times when I get into
the opposite.
Yeah. A lot of times when I get into like disagreements with like other people and actually like affects like my moods. And she'll be like, no. She's like, if you can't handle it, I'll do it like for this time. And I feel like I've been like kind of like alone.
Yeah.
Like you loan me your conflict energy, and like one day I'm gonna I'll give it back. But like until now,
yeah,
that's what she's done for me like a bunch of times.
I wish she understood better that as tough as I am, there are definitely some times when like my toughness wears out. So like be nicer.
Yeah. I by the way, I do understand that about you. I don't conflict again.
Yeah, I know.
So it's hard for me to say it. I wish you understood that I'm not always calm,
Yeah.
but I pretend sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to pretend it than like to act it out.
Facts. It's like sister therapy, guys. In